Hello, and welcome back to the Data-Driven Living channel. It's day 30 here, and today we're going to be covering how a shepherd boy, the one in this book, inspired me to reflect on my own personal calling in life. So, without further ado, let's dive in. So I've only read the first part of this book, but cliff notes for you is, there's a little shepherd boy, he likes to travel, and he ends up getting told the story where he can go off to Egypt and find some lost treasure. And the whole thing behind that is that he loves to travel and that his whole calling is to adventure and that he doesn't need to stay in one spot. And he meets a guide that tells him that essentially the one thing that happens to everyone is that they lose touch with this personal legend or this story that they tell themselves, and that's why they end up having all this cognitive dissonance and distaste for their lives. And so after reading that, I was just doing dishes and whatnot, and it made me think, okay, what is, this, in the book, the shepherd boy wants to leave home, he wants to go travel the world, find the treasure in Egypt. What is my equivalent, right? What is something that I've always clung to over the years? And for me, it's always been storytelling, and so it's, with these YouTube videos throughout this month, or in my day job when I'm creating data visualizations or data statistics to tell, a particular story about a road or particular region's traffic safety, travel trends, all that stuff, or even my novel that I've put on the back burner, that all of it is within the realm of storytelling, and it's all to just either enrich people's lives or kind of leave my mark on this world. And that's always been something I've taken really near and dear. And so how do I convert that into a month of metric video? It is day 30, we're getting near the end. So I decided to look and kind of set up a framework where each story has 5 main parts of the plot, and the parts of this plot are the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. And so pretty much I would format that in a way to where I evaluate all of my YouTube videos that I've created over this last month, and I sit and review them, and I would be able to tell, okay, did this video have all 5 parts of a story? And I look at all the videos I've published and I could create a percentage. And so today's month of metric is going to be my adequate storytelling percentage. And so I did not do that for today's video because that would have required me to review 120 minutes of video, which is about 2 hours. And I would have had to take notes, organize it into data, and do some statistics, and it's already about like 7 p.m. But this is something that I'm going to look at after this month's over and I have a little bit more time where I'm not pushing a YouTube video out every day. I can sit, really rely on how are my storytelling elements, that I really have a good, rising action, exposition, all the story plot elements, right? And just go through and see, was it 30%, 50%, or were there certain videos I did better on, and what was it that contributed to that? Was it just I slept better that night, or had a better topic, or I was more motivated to talk about certain things? And so I think from that, when I go through that analysis, it is going to kind of help direct me where I want to take this channel next and maybe what I focus on, and just overall how to improve my storytelling. So that's going to be fun, but until then, just going to have to enjoy my conceptual discussion around this metric I've coined, the adequate storytelling percentage. So that's it for today, day 30, and tune in tomorrow for day 31, the last video of the month. Thanks for sticking around as long as you have. Have a good night.